A lot of people were shouting Knicks in 4. Well, it ain't Knicks in 4, but this thing is already over. Expert, what you got to say about this?
I mean, I agree with that. I thought it was over just the first couple of games that I looked at. And I was like, I mean, Wemby, it's just their offense. The Spurs offense is just totally messed up to me. I mean, first of all, why is Wemby out at the three-point line? I mean, he's not a knockdown three-point shooter. He can hit the three, but so can everybody else. But he's not a knockdown three-point shooter. He has an advantage if he goes down low. If you look at the last game that just happened, at the beginning of the game, Wemby was down in the post. He was dunking and laying the ball up almost every time. I mean, he had like 13 points in the first quarter. I mean, he was doing his thing. Yeah, he was doing his thing. And then later on, he drifted right back out to that three-point line. And that's when it all got messed up. You saw the Knicks came back. I mean, they need to play to their advantage. And right now, their advantage is Wemby if he can get in the post. It just, Wemby's skinny. He's kind of soft. He doesn't have a lot. Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of muscle. So, I mean, he's got to get bigger and stronger. And I think it's over. I think the Knicks got him.
Bro, you know how the dude is soft? You know why he's soft? He picks fight with point guards and not no guy his same size. You see, he ain't trying to push Cat down.
Yeah, no.
Whoa. He did elbow Naz Reid, okay? It's not a lot of people his size. And he did make the other person his size disappear for a whole game.
When's the last time you seen Naz Reid be rugged against anybody? You talking about a backup center. Come on, man. He not no real goon. He ain't gonna do that to Mitchell Robinson. He know what's gonna happen.
Get folded up.
Y'all tripping. This man is come on now. He's just starting out. Kevin, if I can remember someone similar, the Slim Reaper started out, couldn't bench 225. Skinny getting pushed around. Okay, Wemby's going to get bigger. I mean, he's here. And to Mike's point, to the expert's point, they've had the lead every game, double digits. And the Knicks came back.
I know you said that about the Slim Reaper, but this is the problem, though. The Slim Reaper is a small forward. This man's a center.
Exactly.
The small forward is supposed to be outside. You supposed to be on the block banging.
I mean, he's still most games the tallest guy on the floor.
So don't use his advantage.
But Shaka, the Slim Reaper is a different type of player. I mean, he's actually an outside shooter. He's a better shooter. His game is totally different than Wemby's. You can't really compare the two. Wemby needs to be down in the post. He shoots a lot of bad shots away from the goal or whatever because everybody thinks he's a big man that can shoot. He's not a real good shooter like that. He needs to get in the post and he needs to use his advantage.
So I agree with that. Yeah. I agree with that. I'm only comparing their first years or to start when they were both skinny. Like Kevin Durant didn't just come out busting people upside. He came out snapping. He didn't just come out busting people. He struggled. He still struggled.
He was busting heads, bro. I'm sorry. He was a head buster in Seattle.
He still struggled. He still took his lumps. Like Wemby's coming out snapping. Y'all can't tell me he's not. He just had 45 in the game not too long ago in these playoffs. Wemby is in the finals, okay? He brought his team there. He's the main reason they're there. He's a generational talent. Like, he's going to get better. Y'all
Is he in good enough shape? I think that's what it is. I think that he's tired because what does it take? Yep. What does it take to shoot a jump shot? What does it take to get to the rim over and over and over, especially this late to the season? What are we at? Probably game number 100, right? At this point.
Yep. Yes, sir.
So, and you look back at, I hate to hearken this comparison, but you look back at Jordan in the late 80s and early 90s, before 91, he had to do the same thing, right? He had to get in the weight room, hook up, earn to take that beating, and then he turned into the greatest player before Kobe and LeBron came. And so
still the greatest. But anyway, go ahead.
This ain't that time.
Come on, man.
LeBron just did an interview and said he'll take himself. That's what he just said. LeBron said he'll take himself.
Yeah, I've seen that silliness.
Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
He just crowned himself.
True.
What would Mike say? Anyways, so my point is that Wemby's got to learn what it takes to go this deep into the playoffs, and I'm sure he will. My question is, I actually have I thought about this while we were doing our review. Like we do a live reaction to each game. That's kind of the start of our fiscal year with the Fanatic Sports, and so I had a thought. So my key to beating San Antonio was to do exactly what what Minnesota did, which was beat them up. Get physical with Wemby. Make him
Mhm.
Tire him
take
out.
yeah, exactly. And they when they went and tried to get physical with the Spurs, they were unable to win the game doing that. That's not a good look for the Knicks. If they can't beat, because that's how everybody else has beat the Spurs. Now, to be fair, they are up 2-1.
Yeah.
I do
Mhm.
also question one of the things I thought about was how the momentum swung after last night.
Did
If
it
we're gonna
though?
be
Did it
well, so
though?
all right, so here's why I say it swung, or it may have you may be right, it may not have swung, because let's remember that the Spurs were one turnover, one failed pass away from being up 2-1 right now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Let's
Yeah.
let let's not forget that.
Well, okay. Let's also say that if you're gonna say that, they also would have been possibly down if Captain Clutch makes both free throws. That
Have
turnover
to
wouldn't have made a difference.
I
have
mean,
to.
it's been tight, man. It's a tight
So
series.
I mean
I love this. I want 7
that's
games. I
relative.
want 7. Please give me
Yeah,
7 of
me
this.
too.
Give
No,
me 8 of it if
no,
you can.
because the way the NBA is doing this, bro, I don't need them to drag it out just to drag it out. That's not good. And they did that yesterday. The refs dragged the game out and kept the Spurs in the game.
No.
Yes, they
What?
did. How
KP.
can you explain the discrepancies in the foul calls? You saying that
At
the
home, by the
Spurs only
way.
And
fouled what 4 times in the whole fourth quarter? Seriously?
no, I agree with that. But when Brunson comes out post game and admits that they got sloppy and started fouling and
Two
they could
things can
like
be true.
Yeah.
yeah, but the pendulum swings both ways. Like the Knicks took it to them, right? They got down, the Knicks took it to them, and their experience and their shooting down the stretch won them the first 2 games. Like Brunson didn't have a great game getting game 3. He didn't. He
He hasn't
shot,
had a
he
great
Mhm.
was a
game
volume
yet. He
shooter and he missed a lot of shots and they had some turnovers. And I don't give the game to San Antonio because of the refs. I think San Antonio watching the De'Aaron Fox was better in game 3, and Castle, like, iced it for him. So I think they won game 3. I
Well,
mean, that's just how I saw it. I
well,
how
watched the
you
game.
explain them being in the penalty 9 minutes into the fourth quarter? I mean, come on, expert. Don't that sound crazy?
yeah, yeah, no, that does sound crazy, but I mean, I'm not gonna blame it on the refs though. I'm not gonna blame it on the refs. The Knicks need to make sure they find Cap more down there in the post.
I agree.
Yeah, they need to run it more through him, and I think that's one of the biggest problems. What happened with the Knicks? See, the Spurs started off real good, and the Knicks came back, right? But what happened with the Knicks is they started playing a lot of one on one. They give Jalen
Mhm.
Brunson the ball,
That
and
hero ball.
they started reverting back to that. And I think that's what cost them the game. If they would have played team ball and went through Cat, I think
Mhm.
they would be up 3-0 right now.
Mm,
That's big facts. I literally called him in the middle of the game. I said, "Yo, man, they keep putting a guard on Cat. Why they don't get a guy the ball?" And in the fourth
Yeah,
quarter, OG got the ball on the wing and can't make an entry pass, and then passes the ball to Hart on the elbow. You killing the
Yeah.
spacing like that.
exactly.
You don't got to be no expert to figure it. I mean, you ain't got to be no NBA coach to figure. That's basic basketball. Post
Mhm.
entry
no.
You ain't
pass.
gotta be
Any
Wait,
Mike.
wait,
NBA
wait.
player
So
should
you
be able to
saying
do
this
that.
might be Mike Brown's fault?
Yeah, you ain't gotta be
It
Mike.
is his fault. He gets out coached on a regular basis.
I mean, to be fair, like, San Antonio does not have the advantage in this series. They don't.
No, they don't. Not
Mike Brown has utilized his bench, and he made the switch
Yeah.
to ignite whatever's going on now. So, like, Cat being the point center, I agree with what y'all saying. That's what they just reverted back to pre first round or pre second round. I'm sorry, and they started doing that hero ball that does not work. That's not going to beat the Spurs. I can tell you
Mm-mm.
that.
no, you ain't gonna never beat the Spurs. It don't
Hey,
matter what
hey,
year you in.
Shaka, let's be
Mhm.
honest. Blocker, let's be honest. The Hawks might have been the best team in the playoffs because they the only people that don't beat them more than once.
Exactly.
Think
I
about
mean,
this
let's
for a
be
little minute.
if we being real about it, the Hawks beat them more than once. Nobody else did that so
Twice.
far.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
well,
Anybody else beat them, have they? They haven't lost
No, they
since
didn't
then.
lose another
yeah,
game until
nobody else
until
beat them.
yesterday.
But
Yeah.
I think a lot of that had to do with momentum too. I mean,
Yes.
The Hawks were in a good place at that point. I mean, they had won, I think, like 17 games, and I mean, towards the end, and they were
They
just
were
winning
hot.
ever since. Yeah, they were hot at the time, so
Yeah.
I think that's kind of helped them. They were never going to beat the Knicks because they just weren't a good
No.
enough team. But
No, they weren't.
they were hot and they were able to get some games. So
The Knicks
yeah.
stop playing with their food, man. I mean,
Okay,
let's just be real. And we Hawks fans, I mean, you could see the difference night and day. Like New York was bigger, New York bullied them, New York shot better, New York played more physical. Like the Hawks just didn't have the answers, and we gotta get another big man before we even think about contending.
Hey, Blocker, this is the thing though, and y'all need to draft homeboy from Michigan. Was it Mara? Isn't that his name?
Wait,
Yeah,
the Michigan
the
center?
center.
Oh yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
that kid
yeah.
is like 7'5". You need to seven
Yeah,
four, something like that. You
he's
need to
gonna
draft
definitely
him.
make a lot of money thanks to Wimby.
But
So
Blocker, check this out. This is proves my theory that I told expert. They need to go back to the 5-game series. If it was a 5-game series, we would have got an upset. The Knicks wouldn't
wait
even
a
be
minute.
here right now.
In the finals?
Because
Or
of
you talking about
7-game
just in
series,
general? Yeah,
You
they
talk
need to go
about the
back to a
first round.
5-game series in the
Yeah.
first round because
yeah.
the 7-game series really hurt the Hawks. They had them on the ropes. They had the advantage. They only would have had to win one more game. They
Yeah, but Kev, something like after we took that 2-1 lead or whatever, man, something happened. You could see. Like they just changed up. We know what happened. They started going through cat. And then everybody started hitting their shots and they started playing team ball. So if they figured that out in game 4, we weren't ever gonna win that game 5. There's no way. The Knicks figured it
5-game
out.
series, you up 2-1. You just got to win one more, bruh, and it's done.
Yeah. I
You
just
putting
don't I
all the
think we
pressure on the Knicks as opposed you got to win two more.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a whole different dynamic. You got to win one more game. We probably would have saw it upset.
I see what you're saying. I just think, the Knicks were supposed to be a championship contender from the get go. And then they showed it and proved it, right?
listen,
So outside of their fans, they're playing championship basketball.
I'm looking at Cat's numbers in the fourth quarter, and he's been having bad fourth quarters all
Yeah.
series.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
But
Blocker, is he really having a bad fourth quarter or your
Well, they
teammates failing
go
to get you the ball?
he
right.
went 0-4 in the fourth
Yes.
quarter last
Your
night.
teammates
He-
failed to get you the ball. You should be taking more than 4 shots.
he-
I can't argue that. I cannot argue that. You're
4
right.
shots
Cat's
in
one of
12
them
minutes, that's
A-Rod
kinda
dudes.
crazy, expert.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I hear you. I want to hear. I know you. It looked like you was trying to add a little more onto that block. I want to hear what you got to say before I
So
respond to that.
I'm looking at so in let's see. So in the three fourth quarters of the NBA Finals through Game 3, 29 minutes, 0 points, 8 rebounds. That's 2 rebounds a quarter, or a little bit over 2 rebounds a quarter, 1 assist. So at this point, maybe you're right. Maybe he's not getting enough because he's not even getting assists. So at that point, he's not touching the rock at all. But 0-6 in all the fourth quarter, all three fourth quarters combined. But he's out there 10 of the 12 minutes. So we're talking about. I mean,
Blocker, how you make the big man play hard? How you get the big man to play hard?
Get him
He gotta
involved.
eat.
that's what you
He
do to
gotta
me.
eat.
That's what you do to me. If I know I'm gonna get the rock even if I'm not taking a shot, if I'm gonna get a look, if I can turn at the rim, and then I'll give it back to you. I'm fine. I'm gonna play hard on defense. I'm running on the fast breaks, everything. So is that Mike Brown's fault or is that Jalen Brunson's fault?
I think it's Mike Brown's fault, but it's also this is the problem, man. We keep seeing this. We talk about positionless basketball. You basically in the Knicks have what at least 3 guards on the floor at one time and 2 wings.
Times, yeah.
It's really
Hmm.
mostly it's basically 3 ball handlers on the floor all the time, and their primary objective. Jalen Brunson is not a traditional point guard. He's a score first guy.
Hmm.
Who's the guy set up the offense on their team, making sure that the
Josh
big
Hart.
man eats?
Josh Hart.
And he's not a real point guard.
Heck no.
Mikal Bridges not a point guard. OG not a
No.
point guard.
That's that
So
Villanova. Look, man, Cat is one of these A-Rod types. All right. He,
Ooh,
he's good when he's surrounded by great. You know what I mean? And if you ask Cat to be the closer, I would challenge you to say that he could do it. Jalen Brunson is the closer. Jalen Brunson is the closer for that team.
Shaka, I couldn't disagree with you more. Mike, I'm gonna go to expert. You played the big man position. If they put a guy on you, and you not a 7 footer. Cat's a 7 footer. Imagine you being 7 feet and they putting a 6'4", 6'3" guy on you. You telling me you can't close the show or eat?
Yeah, no, you definitely got to take advantage of those situations. If you're a big man like that and you got a little guy on you 6'4", 6'5", 6'3", whatever, yeah, you got to take advantage of that all the time. But Cat's a real good player. Don't get me wrong; he's an all-star player and all that. But Cat's soft as hell, so he just like Wimby. I mean, look at the way Cat moves. He moves awkward and all that stuff. So I don't know. I'm not real big on cat like that, but they
Thank you.
do need to go through them more because I'm looking at Jalen Brunson dribble, 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 dribble. Reminds me of James Harden a little bit, you know.
Yep.
Thanks.
And that type of playing, the way you play, that type of offense doesn't win championships. So they got to go back to what they were doing and play team ball, and they'll beat this team. They really could have swept this Spurs team if they didn't revert back to their old way.
Telling you, Blocker, if they gave Bodega the ball, they'd be up 3-0 right now. Because you got
I
Keldon
cannot argue
Johnson
with that.
and Stephon Castle guarding Bodega. He can
You
score on them dudes, even if he is soft.
like soft is relative, man. Like I don't expect him to drop step and go baseline and do that thing, but it's not hard to get in the post and go to work. You don't have that guy. There's no way those guys can defend you like that. But you gotta have guards. Shaka talked about it a second ago. The inability to get a simple entry pass. Like the, we old guys, so we used to watching better guards put the ball in the big man's hand and watch better post
Yeah.
play. And that's part of it. It's a different game. I do understand
Bro,
that,
we
but
we hey, we remember post and repost. They
God,
don't know
no.
about that shit.
Yeah.
Patrick
Exactly.
Ewing was the master of the post and repost. You
Let me
get your
get this
spot,
Mhm.
you throw it
position.
back out, and they throw it back to
Yeah.
you, then you score, or you make the defense
Exactly.
collapse and you got a three.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah,
the
they don't
post
do that
repost,
now.
man. They don't know about
No,
It
that.
was
they
back and
don't.
forth and back and forth. And
They don't, bro.
that was 18 seconds of the offense, man.
Yeah, yeah. But they
All
don't
right,
know
now,
nothing about that.
back one more time. I'm back at it.
Bruh,
That's
what
right,
big
man.
man do? Put his hand up, you throw the ball to the
Yes.
hand.
Get
Don't
on,
put
put it
your
right
hand out
on,
here,
put it right
catch
on
it
my
out there.
hand.
Hakeem, hold that thing out there.
Yeah.
Hold that thing out there with one hand.
Mm-hmm.
You
Jordan used
know,
to do it.
yeah, he did. But you know, the thing about it is, if the Spurs played, if Wemby played it like how he played at the beginning of the game of this last game, if he played like that all game, every game, the Spurs could easily win this, right? Because there's no stopping Wemby down there, just like you saw at the beginning. I mean, they threw him a lob. A couple people jumped in the air. Wemby jumped up, grabbed it in one
Jumped
hand,
over it.
dunked it.
Yep.
Yeah, just jumped over it. There's nothing you can do about that. It's just
Mm-mm.
humanly impossible.
You need
But
But
Taco
like
Fall for
Blocker
that.
said,
yeah,
Yeah,
but
like Blocker
it's
said,
the
bro,
coaching. Yeah.
but like Blocker said, he's not in shape like that. Like
I
he
was gonna say
can't do
he's
that
gonna
from
tire himself out
Q1 to
doing that.
Q4. Yeah.
Hey, then he shouldn't be out there then if he can't do it. You know what I'm
Then
saying?
then you're not the guy. You're
It's
not the face of the
yeah,
league.
you're not the guy, you're not the face of the league.
He
Exactly, if
will
you
be.
can't do it.
He
You
will
need
be.
you're in the NBA now. You had all these years to learn how to get in shape, get your body together, and you've been in the league more than 1 year. You should know what you need to do by this time. Now you're here in the finals, you need to get down there, you need to play like there's no tomorrow. If you can't do that, then you don't need to be there.
But see
As
that
simple as that.
to me, that's the difference between like American basketball, like these dudes that play one and done or play in
Mhm.
America. Like we talk about them, we talk about them like they soft. But let's be real.
They
I
are
don't think they're
soft.
banging like that in Euro basketball. They're not banging like that. Like Cat,
I was just about to say, Shot. So was it? I think it was either Zachary Ricochet or either Alexander Sarr. Maybe both of them talked
yes, both
about.
Ricochet
of them.
said it.
It was
Ricochet said it.
Ricochet. You know exactly what I'm about to say. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that in France they were the most athletic players on the floor all the time.
Yep.
I think it was Ricochet that talked about how even the number 12, 13, and 14, 15 guys on the roster were more athletic, could jump higher, run faster, and
Mhm.
bigger.
Yeah.
So it's funny. We brought up the LeBron Jordan thing a bit ago, and I
Mhm.
won't go into it. The only thing I'll say is that if you know anything about basketball, Mark Winston, I'm gonna tell y'all that joke in a little bit. That
Gotcha,
that
gotcha.
it's not that players are faster or that they're bigger or that they're more skilled. It's that the players today are faster and bigger and more skilled. So what we're seeing from the guys today, they're the size of Karl Malone playing like Magic Johnson and BJ Armstrong and all the guards of the game in a power forward's body. And so it's not that they're more skilled or that they're faster or bigger. It's the combination of the three is what's making today's game so different. And it's also the reason why we call Wemby soft is because everybody is amazed at his ability to handle the rock. to be because he's 7'5". It's not that he's a great ball handler. He's
No,
not a
he's
terrific
not.
ball handler.
Dude, he's
He's
so
set.
slow. He's
He's
so
it's
slow.
very slow. It's
Yeah, he's
terribly
real
slow.
slow. Yeah.
But
It take him 2
because
weeks to get to the cup.
but the difference is that Zach Edey got drafted. There was a
Yeah,
period where 7-footers weren't getting drafted. Do y'all remember this?
that's right.
It was like 5
Yeah,
years ago
Yeah.
yeah.
that the
Yeah.
NBA was not drafting 7-footers because the league was getting into this positionless thing and wanting faster people on the court. And they weren't drafting people over 6'10" for a while until Wemby came. And it was like, well, we need somebody that can contend with Wemby and
Yeah,
affect the shot. So Chet, there was all this. Somebody pitched the idea of Chet being traded. You won't trade Chet because you need a 7'3" guy that can like. That's the thing. The league is it's that it's not that he can handle the ball well. It's that he can handle the ball well for his size.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
relate to that. I was a big slow guy, so nobody expected me to be able to handle the rock well. Not that I was fast, but I could put it between my legs quicker than most people my size.
Yeah.
It's all relative. I I I think that's what we're seeing out of Wemby is that. And look, this is his first finals. Jordan had a tough run his first finals
thank you.
getting
Thank
there.
you.
Kobe had a terrible first finals.
Mhm.
I mean, you go down the line, LeBron, KD,
I don't
numbers
know
of
about
people.
Bean though, because Bean kind of showed out on the way to the finals, dog.
No, man.
He won him a game that Shaq fouled out in, and Bean did play good against Indiana. He did kind of get on the business,
He did
not like
until
he did in New Jersey. And
right
I would say for MJ, I would say you're probably right because they had to switch Scotty on the Magic because that was
because
tiring
they
MJ
were
out.
running him. Yeah,
Yeah, MJ was running out of gas chasing Magic around and doing all the MJ stuff. So
yeah.
But
yeah,
It's
but
part of the.
MJ still got off though. He still did his thing. He still got off. But my thing,
But who
my
guarded Magic?
okay, who guards the best guys? When LeBron was playing, who was guarding the best guy? It
Same
wasn't
thing.
LeBron. He
Same
wasn't
thing.
guarding the
LeBron.
best guy. Yeah, no, LeBron wasn't always guarding the best guy.
When
But
LeBron was
here,
the best player, especially with the Cavs, the first go around, and even with Miami, he
Oh,
guarded
yeah,
the
for
best
sure.
player. He guarded Kawhi Leonard. He guarded Paul Pierce. Cut that out, bro. You need to
he
go
wasn't
watch some
always.
tape before you say
No,
something
go
crazy like
watch.
that.
He
No, go
wasn't
watch
always
some tape.
guarding the
Don't
best
come on
guy.
here
You
saying
go
these
watch
lies,
it.
dog.
You go watch
He
it.
Go
He
watch
wasn't
some
always
tape, bro.
guarding. He
he
wasn't
he
always
wa-
guarding the
Dog,
best
in
guy.
his
he
younger
didn't guard him
days,
the
he
whole
guarded the
game, but
best player.
in
He
the
was
clutch,
guarding
Yeah.
Rip Hamilton. What are you talking about?
Dog, he wasn't
If you're
always
gonna say
he
guarding
was
the
something, at
best
guarding
least
D
say
guy.
the
Rose in the
facts,
clutch.
dog. Don't
I
come on here
am.
making up
I'm
stuff.
saying. I know. I'm saying
Nah,
the
bro, you
facts.
making stuff up,
I'm
man.
saying
Come
the
on.
facts. LeBron
Come
wasn't
on, man.
always guarding the best guy. He wasn't always
No,
like
you
that,
talking about,
or
yeah, at
whatever.
42, he's not because you're an old man. What you expect?
I said was. I
Hey,
ain't talking about now.
We
LeBron
talking
wasn't in
about
the.
earlier.
LeBron
22
ain't in
ain't
the
old.
finals right now.
so you saying against
How can I?
Boston, LeBron wasn't
How
guarding Paul Pierce.
how
That's what you
how
trying to
can
tell
I
us.
how can I talk about LeBron now? He ain't even in the fight. He's not even relevant right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on,
So
man,
you saying
get out
LeBron
of here.
wasn't guarding
You
Paul
know what
Pierce. He
I'm
wasn't
saying?
guarding Manu.
Not
He's
all the
saying
time.
that every play. Not
Yeah,
every play.
he
No,
wasn't
not
guarding
every
them
play.
all the
No.
time because you would see LeBron guard them, and then you would see LeBron get whooped up a few times, and all of a sudden he guarding somebody else now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it just was
Bruh,
what it was.
that's the same thing
I'll
Blocker
tell
just
you.
said about MJ. That's why
Yeah.
he put
Yeah,
Pippen on him.
I know that, but I'm saying, but that doesn't mean that MJ and LeBron didn't have a great finals. That's all I said. They weren't guarding I said they weren't guarding the main guy all the time, but they both still had a great finals. They still won finals MVP. That's all I was saying until you started doing all that extra yelling that you wanted to do because you love Cleveland so much. You know what I'm saying? Goodness.
Nah, because you be
Say
talking
keep the
crazy.
facts.
Blocker, he be
Say the
talking crazy.
facts. Say
We
the
gotta keep this
facts.
guy
You
honest, man.
get
We
on
gotta keep him
here.
honest,
Go
man.
to ESPN and look it
Hey, we
up.
gotta watch him,
Chat
bro. We gotta
GPT it.
watch you,
You know
bro,
what I'm
because you'll
saying?
say
Like,
something
come on
crazy.
now. My goodness.
Hey,
No,
Blocker, let me ask you
I know
this.
what I'm talking about. That's why the expert is by my name. You know what I'm saying? They don't got expert by your
You
name.
got
You
him
know,
doing this stuff.
I'll tell you. They don't
Hey,
got
Blocker,
expert by your name. You know.
let me ask you this, man. I want to hear from Shaka too, man. Let me ask both of y'all this. Y'all remember the curse of the Bambino, right? Y'all remember
Oh, here we
we know
go.
what we talking about. That's a New York curse. And then we remember the GOAT curse with the Cubs. They wouldn't let the man in with the GOAT, and then they didn't win for decades.
That's right.
Everything.
I think we might have saw another curse yesterday, and it might be the curse of the 45 because a lot of people are pissed off that
Yeah.
their block party got taken away, their businesses got closed, so they missed out on a lot of money because the president decided to show up, and the man gets booed mercilessly, falls asleep at the game. I mean, it just kind of looks like nasty work. And New York was on such a momentum high and run, and now that might have stopped the momentum. What y'all got to say?
While I reserve my thoughts on his work outside of the Madison Square
Yeah,
Garden,
we're not here to talk about the policy. We're here to talk about
I,
what happened with the finals.
let's say that his performance was bad. Look,
But he
look,
fell
they were
asleep.
2-0. They were winning. The Knicks were doing an outstanding job up until he showed up. He shows up. Now all of a sudden, can't hit no shots. Jalen, Wimby got strong out of nowhere.
Brunson
He
getting
put
thrown to the floor.
my God, he threw him to the locker room. Somebody came and knocked over Josh Hart. I mean, it was just unreal. This was a totally different. This looked like the Knicks from 2 years ago. I'm not sure what was going on. And the only thing that was really different, two things. They were in Madison Square Garden. It could have been the jerseys. They wore those jerseys once down there in San Antonio. So it's gotta be either they were at home and got comfortable and got home cooking, or the president showed up and I don't know. He
They let
brought the
go of the
monster.
rope.
He brought the Monster Ball with him. I don't know. This was a totally different team when the president showed up. We all got nervous when the president was there. We didn't know if he was going to say something or grab him by the whatever. I don't know. something, something when the president showed up. And I don't think it's a good thing for Knicks fans. But hey, it'll be great for the NBA. We can get 6 or 7 games out of it if he keeps coming.
I got three things to say about this. Number one, during the national anthem, they cut to him. This is part media sensationalism, which I hate. Okay, I don't care about politics, so I'm not bringing up nothing political here.
Mhm.
But they cut to Trump during the dude's performance, which was a great national anthem
Amazing. He
performance,
did a
by
great
the way.
job.
Mhm.
Yeah, but they cut to him, showed this dude doing a salute, booing the whole. Like,
Yeah.
why even cut to him? Why not wait till the thing is over? You know what I mean? So now you got the whole city of New York booing this man during the national anthem. That that's a bad look.
Yeah.
Number two, like Blogger said, you show up, you're so selfish and narcissistic that you show up. You're a New Yorker. You claim to be a Knicks fan. You've been a Knicks fan since the 80s or whatever, right?
Right.
He's Mr. New York. He goes, he shuts down businesses all around the arena. He shuts down the watch party around, all the security. You messing it up for the underprivileged kids that show up to these games, that they give away tickets, which Dolan finally has been doing some good in the hood, giving away these tickets to these kids. And here comes Trump messing it up. And number three, now we got, Trump versus Stephen A. And like, you know what I'm saying? You heard Trump shot back talking about, the media
He was
asked
not
him,
that talented.
yeah, the Trump say
Low
they
IQ.
said Stephen A is supposed to be running for president. He was like, I don't know if he's smart enough. He's a good guy. I don't know if he's smart enough. And now Stephen A is come. So now we done kicked off this little stupid side story. You got the
Uh,
fans going nuts, beating up Spurs fans, tearing up their jersey. This man has totally put a hex on the Knicks. And they're gonna lose game 4. And then they're gonna go back to San Antonio. They might win game 5. But they're gonna lose 6 and they're gonna lose 7. And it's gonna be
Ooh,
the Knicks fans are never
Whoa.
gonna get this
that's
series
big talk.
because they are gonna lose to the Spurs.
yeah. Well,
That's
And
big
shoot,
talk.
one would say that they got jinxed before by O.J. Simpson. Because remember that. They was playing in the garden and O.J. Simpson took over the doggone game. Remember that. The game was on.
yeah.
And next thing you know, we was watching Juice get loose.
My God,
I don't know, expert. This might be looking
that's a
like
good
nasty
point.
work. What you think, man?
Yeah, I think it'd be interesting if the Knicks do, if they do lose. I actually kind of want them to lose just because, right? But I can, just to make people mad, because I'm looking at, because what I didn't really like when I was looking at the whole Knicks thing was, the people, you wearing a Spurs jersey and they snatching it off of you and just going crazy, doing different things to you and stuff like that. I just thought that
Disgraceful.
was, yeah, I thought it was disgraceful and a bad representation. And because of that, honestly, I want the Knicks to lose, honestly, just because of that, man. I didn't like that. Cause I mean that could go so wrong. I mean, people could get killed doing that kind of stuff, So yeah, I hope the Spurs beat them, and I hope Wemby gets it together and the Spurs beat them and just leave it at that. And Trump, he just doesn't need to go to these games, man. Just enjoy it from
One would say that
somewhere else.
you in the belly of the beast and you know better than to come in there with that on. One
Hey
would
man,
say that.
You
What
should
what
be
if it
able to
what
do
if
what you
it
want.
what if it was Cardi B's fault?
Cardi
Why
B,
is
I
it her
saw them.
fault?
I saw Cardi B.
Or
what
as
she
Chuck
do?
said,
Shaq saw it too.
as Chuck said, Cardi D.
Shaq,
Cardi D. Well, I
Shaq
got
saw it too.
it. He
I
said
mean,
Cardi D.
He called it defense. He
Hey,
said
man.
those weren't B cups.
I will say this though, bro. I'm with Shaka, man. I feel bad for the fans, especially the ones that cannot afford the $5,000 ticket. And all you want to do is be in front of the world's most famous arena watching the game. You can't do that. And that was
Yeah.
free. Come on, man. You ain't got to take that away from the people, bro. There's a reason the president don't show up at these games because it makes the security crazy and it hurts the fan experience. And this man finds a way to show up at every game. So I don't know, man. I know he was rooting for, I want to say, the national championship, Georgia. He showed up and y'all lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's different though. Like to me, and Stephen A. went through this on his show, right? The thing
Mhm,
is, like, there have been presidents to show up at World Series games, Super Bowl. I
mhm.
mean, Trump showed up at all that. With the NBA basketball game, the arena is more intimate. It's like 19,000 seats. It's not 72,000. It's not a stadium, right?
Yeah.
And then the surrounding area, you're in the most like
Compact
busiest city
place
in the
in the
world.
world.
Yeah, come on,
Mhm.
man. You bringing you're shutting down a whole bunch of stuff, and you're raising the anxiety of everything, the whole environment. For what? Cause you want to show up and you know the mayor is going to be there and he's doing these little stupid games because he knows he can, and that's just selfish to me.
And then you
All
It's
go
right,
to sleep.
selfish.
let's end it with this. Let's end it with this, man. All right, it's game 5, and you James Dolan. You need this run. You need this win. Like this is a must win for y'all. Let's be honest. Who you got to do the halftime show? You got the whole current New York roster of legends. So you got Jay. You could call, Jadakiss, Fat Joe. You can call Ja Rule. You could call whoever you want. I just want to hear one answer from everybody. Who you calling? Now you can't call no dead people, so we're not calling Biggie. It's got to be somebody that's alive right
Dang
now.
it. That's what I was gonna say. God.
We, can, we cannot we cannot raise bigs from the dead. So Blocker, you got.
What about
We're not doing no Tupac
Exactly,
holograms. No
exactly.
holograms.
give me Dipset. Give
That's an
me
interesting
Dipset.
choice.
Give me Dipset
That's it.
for the halftime show.
You think Jim and Cam can get along well enough to get this done?
It's the finals. I mean, when's the next time? When's the next time the Knicks are gonna be in the finals? Let's be real, because Boston's coming back, Indiana's coming back,
True.
Philly's got it. The next time the Knicks get in the finals, maybe another 50 years. Anthony Roman, maybe another 50 years before they get back. So give me Dipset. Let them rile the people up. Jim gonna come out there and he gonna hit them with the balling, and the energy is going to be crazy. Or as our esteemed president will say, it's gonna be huge. And I mean, give me Dipset right there. I know there's a lot of names you could go with, but give me Dipset right there.
All right,
Okay.
Chief Rocker, Shaka, what you got? Who you calling? You
I'm
James
not
Dolan
calling
now.
no
You got to get
rapper.
this right.
I'm not calling none of these old rappers. They
Wow.
can't. First of all, they can't. They ain't got no young rappers. Or they gonna have to call some old rapper to come up in there. Busta Rhymes or Fat Joe. Man,
Rakim.
they can't even call Rakim.
Yeah,
Man,
okay.
man, I'm not. Honestly, I'm gonna call Bruce Springsteen because
Man, you stole my
it's gonna be
answer.
Bruce. It's gonna be Bruce. That's what I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call Bruce. And what's his nickname? The captain, whatever. I'm gonna
The
call Bruce
boss.
Springsteen
The
the
boss.
boss, and let
Boss.
him do some of them old '80s songs because that's the only thing that's going. Because we need to liven up the. First of all, the crowd is too rowdy. These guys, they're drinking way too much. You know, get the boss in there. That's it.
All
I'm
right,
a
expert.
well, I'm gonna call only if he can do this one song. I'm gonna call Nas, tell him to come do only if you go do Ether. You know what
Wow.
I'm
Come on, man.
saying?
No,
only,
he's not gonna do
I was
that,
only,
gonna
bro.
say
only if
why?
you gonna do Ether or whatever,
Wow.
and you can
I
come
ain't gonna
through.
lie though. That
We'll
would be
pay you to
fire.
come through. Yeah, that
That
would
would be
be.
fire though. I'm not even gonna lie. It'd be fire.
I'm
But
telling you.
if he could change the words and make it about the Spurs, it would be
Yeah,
really
yeah, he would
crazy.
have to do that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That would be incredible if he was able to do that.
That
That
would
would be
be.
incredible.
I ain't even gonna lie. That would be
Yeah,
amazing. Like ESPN would have to play that. They'd have to
yeah,
show
Touche.
that on TV.
exactly,
Touche. All
exactly.
right. Yeah, that's a good
Just
one.
from when the music drops. When the music drops and it start, I will not lose. The whole
Yeah,
crowd will be. It'd be people run up and
man.
down. This you could. It'd be people trying to run on the
It
floor.
I'm telling you, it would go crazy up
That's
in
a good
there,
call.
boy. I'm telling you, yeah.
That's a good call. Well,
Yeah, I'm the
mine, Shaka,
expert. That's why,
Shaka
Okay.
stole half my answer. I'd have called the boss to come do the national anthem. I'm gonna start out with the boss. We're gonna set the tone the right way. So now I'm gonna give everybody what they want, and I'm gonna give you what you want. I'm gonna call Jay. Y'all all want Jay.
Mm.
That's what y'all really want.
Don't
We know
nobody
what you
want to
want.
see Jay.
What,
Get
Alicia
Jay.
We'll
Keys and
call
Jay?
Jay, man.
Yeah,
We'll
you
What, New
gonna
call
do
Jay.
York?
Alicia Keys?
In New York. Then
No,
mama,
no,
then
no.
mama gonna come out there.
No, man, he gotta come out to some H to the Izzo with some, you know what I'm saying, some dead president, something like that, man.
Man,
Something that we actually like.
and that ain't gonna get, man. Hey, man,
Yeah.
these guys are old, man. Jay-Z
Actually,
gonna
you
come
know
out
what a
there
better
with his
call
Oh,
would
hair
be?
looking
yes.
all crazy.
So me and Mike went to the concert. A better call, actually, this would
Or
probably work.
Wu-Tang.
Yes, you can get Wu-Tang and all of them be there too,
Killer
and
Bees.
Wu-Tang ain't nothing to mess with. If they come out to that, that would be crazy. And actually, if I'm James Dolan, I'm gonna borrow Mike's idea. The team gonna come out to New York State of Mind with Nas.
Mm.
We gonna go all in. I'm calling everybody. You gotta call
There
all
you
the
go.
favorites. And
This
we want to
sound
hear
like
from y'all. Who do y'all want to call in and who you got winning this series? Continue to like, share, subscribe. We'll catch y'all next time.
Peace.